Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over the most powerful day of the year, Lionsgate. Lionsgate happens every year on August 8th, and this year it's happening on August 8th, 2022. In this video, I'm going to be going over what you can expect. What does the meaning and the frequency of this day mean based on the angel number, and also bringing in some downloads that you can really tune into what this deep, powerful, lioness, priestess, expansive, abundant day means. So before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. I do these videos, energy updates, shadow work, moon work, all the things. So if that is something that you're interested in and you enjoy having a conscious community, then make sure that you join here. And as well, I also want to invite you, if you feel called to go deeper into your work, I do have my one-on-one mentoring open. So you can just message me on Instagram, or you can email me if you are ready to go deep into your healing and you're ready to really deepen your shadow work and expand yourself in this medicine. I also have retreats, plant medicine retreats, and you can learn all about that down below in the description. I cannot wait to go over this. Okay, can I just say that I am currently recording this video in Cusco, Peru, and Peru has such ancient wisdom, and I've been getting so many downloads. So I want to give gratitude for Peru for bringing in this medicine, for allowing me to channel all these ancient wisdoms from Pachamama. So what's Lionsgate? Lionsgate is the energy of the priestess, the energy of the goddess, the energy of the lion, the energy of the cat energy. And when we look at cat energy, it's a protector, but it's also a very deep channeler. It's wise. It has this way of claiming. If we look at cats, just historically, they claim their power, they claim their space. So the first thing you need to know about this Lionsgate on August 8th, 2022 is that it's all about reclaiming your power within yourself. Knowing the difference between control out of fear and power in self, allowing yourself to be the mountain. So let me break that down for you. In this time, we are having a lot of very powerful energetic stuff happening astrologically. So the first thing we have is we just, recently went through, I think by the time I post it, well, we're going to, but we're going into the Leo new moon. So we're in Leo season, right? So we already have that fiery, loving, and all about self-love, self-worth energy, but it's also talking about abundance. It's talking about all of those aspects. So really asking yourself on this time to be more positive on the way that you talk to yourself, to be more positive in the way of understanding, how negativity arrives from fear, right? So if you notice that you're very negative, or there's certain things coming up because spirit, universe is trying to push out the old to allow you to come in with the new, to literally have a new blank slate. And as I say that, there's sirens outside. So how can we push out the old? By allowing ourselves to let go of control, let go of outcome, let go of the pressures we put on ourselves of how we should be at this point of our journey, how we should, where we should be at. Society has a great way of making us feel this FOMO energy, which I'm going to go into in a bit. But knowing that FOMO is just an analogy of feeling like you lost something, or feeling like you have lost something within. So again, when these outside energies come in, what Lionsgate is doing is it's allowing you to put that all in a bag and give it to source and start with a fresh slate. This is an opportunity for you to have a fresh slate, to ask yourself, what in my life, and this is a good shadow work prompt, so write this down. What in my life am I trying to control? What in my life, and the best way of looking at what you're trying to control are the things that you constantly worry about. Because when we worry about things, what does that do? It doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't do anything for the outcome of what's going to happen. So again, knowing how to tune into the fear, allow yourself to welcome fear, because control is trying to trying to avoid the fear. That's really what control is. It's trying to avoid the fear. You're trying to avoid the worst outcome. But Lionsgate's igniting you. It's giving you this power. It's giving you this confidence. And it's saying, don't allow yourself to stay in the mind. Allow fear to be the power, the energy, the transmission to tap into yourself. A lot of people want power, but we don't claim it. How can you claim your power for this new beginning, for this new way of seeing that yourself is abundant, for this new aspect of where you're going into your life? Essentially, what Lionsgate is really calling us is saying that we are reclaiming for things that our soul could not reclaim for before because our human was too much in the mind. That's what Lionsgate's all about. So I want you to tune into, maybe you've been really worried about finances is going to be something that we're going to go into. I'll go back to that. But let's say you're really worried about, having a child, and fertility is something that you're tuning into. Or maybe you're really worried about your relationship. And maybe you're noticing that certain relationships, whether they're intimate or platonic, are not serving you as much, and you're trying to control the way that you walk away from that relationship. What you're doing is because of the fear of you having this fear of guilt, having this fear of confrontation, having all those fears is causing you to control something that is going to happen either way. So it's better for you to take your power, tune into that fear and say, what is best for my highest good? That's what Lionsgate is doing. It's pulling us to go into our highest good, even if we are so scared to do so. Round and round. This card keeps coming up the past 4 readings. And I'm going to say that some of you are still not listening. So I'm going to go even deeper and go really straightforward because Spirit's like, let's go straight with this. Because I want you to take advantage of Lionsgate. It's a really big portal. So Lionsgate is round and round. There is a cycle here. You are controlling these things again and again in certain periods of your life. Right now, you have a choice. You can choose on Lionsgate to allow yourself to welcome fear, to welcome chaos, to welcome the destruction of certain structures and systems that are in your life. And in doing that, you will be able to reclaim your power. Or you can sit where you are. You can continue to stay in the mind and come back here next year on Lionsgate. That's what Spirit's saying. So you have an opportunity to really tap into this new life. So Lionsgate's all about new life. I want you to ask yourself on the day of the Lionsgate leading up to it, what new life do I want to create? What new vision? How do I want to visualize my new life? Because Lionsgate's going to speed up the manifestations. It's going to speed up this new version of yourself. It's going to speed up the changes. It's going to speed up the things you have to let go. So just know whatever you're claiming, that you are going to welcome it. And this brings me to the other part, allowing yourself to be the mountain. The mountain is grounded. It is still. The wind comes. The hurricanes comes. All these natural pressures and events happen around the mountain. But what happens? The mountain stays still. So how can you find stillness in fear? How can you find stillness in change? How can you find power ignited in this fire time and find stillness while you visualize and excitement, while you visualize all the things that you're going through, because you are your mountain. You are the channel. You are that earth. You are that fire. You are that air. You are that water. But now is the time that you have to claim it. So ask yourself, what do I need to claim? The other part that goes in, and the other download that came through for Lionsgate on August 8th, 2022, is that what is your relationship with money and abundance? I've been getting this theme that's been going on with even some of my clients, and it's been coming up, and they're, talking about money more and noticing it coming into their field. And what money really is, money equals self-worth. What the thing that people need to understand that helps them, and when you get to this point, this is when you know that you have a good relationship with abundance, is that money is here to play. How do you play with money? And I'm not just saying going out with your girls, having a good time because you had a stressful day. Because the fear of that is you're going to let go and go out, and the intention is because you had a long week. I'm talking about pure, intentional, heartfelt abundance. I'm talking about tuning into, what that relationship is. When you go into your bank account, do you feel fearful? Do you feel scared? Do you get nervous? Is there something that's moving through in your body when you check your bank account balance or your credit card balance? These are the things that Lionsgate is going to give you an opportunity to let go and dissolve. So here is all about, what is your relationship? When we go deeper into that, has it changed? So we have this Lionsgate every year, and I did an energy update on this last year. Has it changed? What has changed on your perspective of money? I know a lot of you are actively doing shadow work, or maybe you're just starting doing healing and shadow work, and maybe abundance and money has been something that you've been working on. Maybe you're trying to get out of the space of feeling lack of money. Maybe you're trying to get out of the space of knowing where the money is coming from. Maybe you're coming from a space that you're spending a lot of money when you're emotionally unstable. So here it's, what is your relationship with abundance? What is your relationship with money? And what I want you to do is, when you hear abundance and money, I want you to write down below in the comments, what's the first thing that comes up for you? When you think of that, what comes up for you? For me, what comes up is house. Because that's what's in my field right now. Finding a space, community, that's another thing that comes up. Happiness, freedom, generational abundance. These are the things that come up for me when I think about money, flowing, all those words. So tune into where money feels like for you, and you can breathe into your sacral, breathe into your womb, breathe into your hada. And as you breathe there, I want you to ask your sacral, what is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with abundance? Because it is always infinite. It's just the human says that it's not. The human gets attached to the 3D world, the space here. But the more we look at it, we can see that if we allow ourselves to attach and control, allow the fear to control us, then of course, we will never see ourselves as abundant as the universe sees us. So know that you can always have access to that, even if you're in a space right now where you're transitioning, where you are shifting, doesn't matter. So look at those areas. And is there an area of your life of fear of abundance? Because on Lionsgate, this is an opportunity to dissolve this. Buy the book. I'm going to read this card. It's really generational. We have the elephant. Elephant means luck. So it's number 11. Let me say 11 is new beginnings. So this is an opportunity for all of you to have a new relationship with money. Admitting to social rules, conformity, respecting culture, family customs, and universal laws. So I want to ask you a question. What is your relationship with money in your family? When you were brought up as a child, as a kid, what was money like for you? That's what's going to help you deepen and understand and expand and pave a new wave for you and for all those before and after. The universe works within structure and divine laws and principles, provides a framework of human experience and evolution. You are evolving right now. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create a perfect order to operate with a kind of precision beyond the human understanding. So knowing that as much as we try to think about everything in the 3D world that has taught us about money, it goes way beyond that. It's dimensions beyond that. So again, allow yourself to see what's behind the veil and what aren't you seeing about the relationship with money and how the energy of money flows. Even revolution has its place of universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary to the cultures and the culture of family to family. Laws keep social order and governs behavior, reflecting the instinctive understanding of harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them. So law of attraction, what does that mean? What you are is what you attract. I feel like I don't have money, I'm going to attract people not giving me money, or I'm not going to attract feeling like I always have things that I have to pay, right? Because that's the stress that I'm putting into my energy. I know that money is abundant. The law of abundance is saying that money is always there, abundance is always there, and there is quantums of money. But the human gets restricted by the laws of the 3D and the laws of culture and the laws of ancestral relationships and ancestral lessons of money. So how can we shift that? This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them. So to shift them, to change them, especially right now, because can I also remind you, we have the Aquarius full moon coming up. What's Aquarius season all about? They like to shift structure. They like to speak up, use their voice, justice. These are the things that we talk about in the Aquarius theme and season and time right now. So it's all about changing those laws. It's shifting that. It's people being more energetically mindset. So Lionsgate's all about, where's your energy about money? When this card appears, submit the structure and flow with the rules, even if it seems like it doesn't make sense. When you get a download about money, when you get a message about money, if there's a disharmony, even if it doesn't make sense to you, welcome it. Why? Because there's going to be a new perspective that you didn't even know you had ingrained in your DNA, ingrained in your spiritual soul, ingrained in your being. So again, this is an opportunity for you to challenge by the book and also work hand in hand with the law of attraction and law of abundance, like I explained before. Another part of the Lionsgate on August 8th, 2022 is that new finance options and channeling to you. So some of you are going to find different ways of business. Real estate is one that's coming up. Maybe some of you are looking more into real estate. I know for me, it's affecting me in the way of like tuning into home, turning into lands, because Pachamama is calling us more to home. So a lot of you might feel that you want to move further out of the city, and that is more abundant for you as far as what is an abundant life, what is an aligned life, a balanced life. This is an opportunity that some of you who have businesses, you're going to find a completely different way of creating a business. So for example, here's an example that's coming up that I'm seeing a lot, is a lot of people who have service-based businesses are finding a way to have a product that probably aligns with that service-based business. So, finding and opening what new finances, keeping in mind what initiates this on Lionsgate, coming up to Lionsgate, is the fact that finance flow is being moved around. And we're seeing this in the collective. So some people are making more money and some people are making less, regardless of where you are energetically with this season of August that's coming up. In general, is just knowing that things are moving. So you're changing your priorities, you're changing that. But again, coming back, don't try to allow fear to control that. This is an opportunity for you to expand and really see what type of empire do I want to create within community? What type of empire do I want to make as my sole purpose? Sit and reflect and wait for the right moment to react. So even when you do get that beautiful download on Lionsgate that you want to make this amazing business, or you want this new way of making finance, or you're shifting your career, as much as you're really excited with the energy that's being ignited during Leo, wait for the right moment, wait for the green light. This is huge because there's so many things moving and shifting and helping you move for this new life. It's good to just wait and really flow with your intuition. The last part about the Lionsgate before I go into the numbers is the sensual energy is being activated. So we have a lot of Kundalini energy. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling my spine have so much energy moving through. Knowing that we can use our sensual and sexual energy not only just in a way of intimacy, but intimacy of what we want to seed. So tuning into, that energy of whether it's through dancing, whether it's through play, whether it's through being completely, turned on by your new beginnings, by the new finances. That's the type of energy Lionsgate's about. It's about getting light up on the new relationship of money, on the new relationship of abundance, and not being attached to your reality right now. Knowing that every reality that we live in and the multiple realities we live in, Lionsgate is teaching us that there is so much more, and are you open to receive it? So ignite that. Keeping in mind also that lion energy, the omen, is all about power. It's all about feminine. It's all about creativity. It's all about access to power. It's all about protection. So you are being so held. I'm just imagining, you surrounded by all these lions holding you and you roaring your power, roaring your inner self, your mountain space, your groundingness in this change, because you know that there's so much more on the other side. So that's a little bit more about the lionsgate, what's to come. It's a lot of abundance codes. It's a lot of changing finances. It's a lot of new flows of money coming in and old flows of money coming out. It's about new relationships and changing the ancestral relationship of money and abundance and shifting that, remembering that the law of attraction and the law of just healing is that it will only happen if you choose to. So on a conscious and subconscious level, this is an opportunity for you to really tune into, being positive in the mind, not allowing yourself to be always so negative. Let's go into angel numbers. So when we look at breaking it down, we have 88. So it's the 8th month and the 8th day. That brings us to 88. Now, 8 in the number in general means infinity. And when we put those numbers together, the 2 8s, it means receiving clarity of abundance in finances and stability in yourself. This is a blank slate that you're choosing. So just think about if you had a piece of land that you bought and Spirit just gave you the keys to the land, and now they're like, here are all the resources to build your dream house. That's essentially what this is. It's that feeling that you just got something. And I have this message that also some of you might actually get inheritance from family or just a random sum of money that you weren't expecting. And this is going to happen the moment that you let go and dissolve those fears that you had before and just let them go. Because once you do that, then your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your supported, beloved, support cosmic team is going to give you this, but it will be something unexpected. And then that's going to also help you keep activating that energy. But again, stay positive, bring that clarity, and remembering that this is all about understanding, how do I want to receive money through my heart? How do I want to ignite money through my heart? How am I going to expand and make a huge love-felt empire collectively with this beautiful world through my heart? That's really what it's about. When we look at the number even deeper, so what I did is I looked at 8, so the 8th month, 8th day, and then I also added 2022 of this year. So what this does is by adding these angel numbers, this tells us what is the frequency and the impact of the 88 portal for this year. So we added the 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2, 2, and that brings us to 22. So we got another double number, which is really powerful. And I think collectively we're going through so much deep shifts the past few years. We're going through a big derooting. And with the Lionsgate, what this means, 22, is the energy of clarity on how you need to take action to create your own life. So Lionsgate's you're going to get a big vision, or you will get a feeling, or you will get this understanding. And I'm not saying this in a way for you to expect, I'm going to just have this amazing, because I know not everyone sees things. Not everyone hears things, but just be mindful and be conscious of what is flowing. How is your energy abundantly and positively on this day? So this is all about take action. 2 is action. It's about masculine. So it's almost like the 8 is we're creating, we're dreaming it, we're making that. That's what the Lionsgate's helping us. And the 2-2 is almost like the day of and going after. It's the taking, it's the planning, the action. That's the part. We can't just meditate and manifest and visualize and expect it to happen. You have to also act on it. So this is also the 2-2 number is a representation on Lionsgate for you to be more positive. And you will get tested on this day when maybe something will happen and your human will have a moment, but how would you allow yourself not to get absorbed through this? How can I be open to receive positive manifestations instead of attaching to my reality? So I talked about that earlier. This is for now, but what am I working to? It's almost like that idea where I forgot who it was, where they wrote to themselves a $10 million check and they kept it in their wallet. I think it was Jim Carrey. And literally 2 days before he got his big deal, he got a deal for $10 million. But what he did is that he allowed himself to be open to receive and be positive. He didn't know when that would happen. His human didn't worry about when the manifestation would happen. His human didn't worry about the struggle he was having as making it as an actor. He was just focusing on where he was going and the journey. So knowing that when you're putting that $1 million in your pocket, in your wallet, that it's coming to you, it is coming to you, but it will come to you when you're ready to fully receive it, and knowing that the journey is an initiation for you to hold that space in abundance. And that's why a lot of people will have a lot of money and then they spend all of it and then they get into a depression and they go through all these habits, or they have a lot of money and they're not happy. It's because they need to be, it's a balance, it's an energetics. Money is energy. It's not just materialist. Energy first, then material. If you're having an issue with, or you're feeling a block with money, it's energy first. What's your energy towards money? And then we act on it. So Lionsgate's like showing you what you're creating. And then you have to co-create with source, with this lion energy, with this beautiful, powerful energy. What are you going to do about it? Now that you know what you want to create, what are you going to do about it? This is all about building your empire. So it's about restructuring. So like I mentioned, some of you might notice your finances may reduce. That's to trigger you to tune into why you're doing it. Were you just doing the job for the paycheck? Well, then obviously that energy is going to subside. And then in doing that, maybe you end up leaving, or maybe you just physically can't go to work. So there are these triggers that are happening leading up, and in this time of things moving for you, not against you, for you, to really make you sit down and say, what do I want? And maybe for some of you, this is your first time having the permission to do so, because a lot of you have been fearful to, and I had this in the past as well, and I understand this. I felt scared to really say what I want, whether it's in my relationships, at work, to clients, or to people who want to work or with me. I had a really hard time saying this is what I want. It was like I had so much fear about it. That energy just blocked the opportunity for me to receive something. This is also when building an empire, it's about creating new paths and clearing ancestral abundance. So I'm going to pull out the ancestral card. This ancestral shift is really big. And maybe for some of you, you come from a family where money was always something they talked about. Maybe they didn't talk about it at all. But, obviously maybe some of you don't resonate with the way that money was. And this is why you're on this path of doing healing, is because you are healing for yourself. And in doing that, you're shifting the parallels for everyone else. Okay. Mother Earth, so feel loved and comforted. So just remembering that you are being held by Earth energy, again, going back to that mountain, that no matter what is shifting, that she is holding you. And Mother energy is connected to all mothers, all feminine. So we're seeing this as, look at the feminine archetypes in your life and how their relationship about claiming what they want. Are they apologetic? Are they scared to say what they want? Are they like really someone that never really in the household, maybe the father was someone that did all the things and the mother was like, oh, okay, like didn't want to confront and was just there to support the traditional role. So here it's like we're clearing that. We're clearing all of that. We're stepping into power. We're not putting our power into people. We're not putting our power into things, into crystals. We're activating ourselves, and in doing that, we're channeling that into the materialistic world. That's what it's about. It's cultivating in that. And that's why Kundalini energy, that's why the sacral is activated. That's why the sensual energy is activated. It's to transmute, it's to birth, it's to create, it's to literally birth a new life into your life, a new way for yourself, and clearing the patterns in doing so. Remember the round and round though. If you don't, then obviously with law of attraction, that's up to you. You will be back here next year. So it's an opportunity for us to do that. And even if you are back here this next year, but you notice that you've made some steps, that's great. But I'm just saying this for those who've been procrastinating to claim what they want. And Spirit's like, come on. So when we add the 2-2, we get the number 4. And 4 is awakenings. 4 is realizations. It's perspective. It's the eagle's eye. So the 4 is finding inner strength to see your worth, to connect with your inner lion, to connect with your higher self, to help you through those changes. So knowing that you have to buckle up and know that this is going to be a transition, that you're going to, move through things, and maybe there are going to be times where your human feels frustrated and stressed, but not allowing yourself to only focus on that, staying positive. One of my favorite things to say is we are allowed to feel all things. in the sense that we don't have to only have a happy day. We can have a happy day, but then also have a stressful moment and have anger at some point. What made it so difficult for us as humans to allow our spirit to feel abundant, to feel free, is that we try to box ourselves in our emotions. So here it's like, how can I connect with my higher self, tap into my worth and say, I am worthy. I am worthy of receiving all that is here. I am worthy of, connecting to this vision that I want to create. I am worthy of this new, ways of finance that I'm going to actually help the world. And it doesn't have to be that you work for yourself. I say everyone is connected. We're all connected. But what is just your impact of this world? Change is never easy because it's nothing that we have ever experienced. But know that the change is at least we know. So what I mean by that is that change is never easy. What you're going to be, what your higher self is showing you, is something that you've never experienced. Or maybe your soul hasn't experienced in this lifetime, but it's remembering it, it's reclaiming it. So of course, your human's going to be scared, and that's okay. But knowing that if you never really tried it, if you never really did those finance, opportunities or that new business, or jumped into that leap with that new relationship, or left the relationship to create more space for yourself for abundance, or decided to shift your career, whatever it is that you want to do, just knowing that your change it's not going to be easy. It's going to be, there's going to be fear, there's going to be all those things, but Lionsgate's giving you this opportunity to feel like you have so much power that even if it's not easy, you got the energy. Your spirit is more powerful than you know. It's a huge download I'm receiving. Your spirit and your human is more powerful than you know. The person you know right now, think of that person 100, a million, a billion times more powerful. That's you. So Lionsgate's igniting that. And keep in mind, on a collective level of the month of August, we're getting a lot of justice, voice, fighting for what we believe in, tuning into new paradigms, new structures keep coming up, building new structures. What new structures do you want to create that you've never experienced before that can make you this being that's going to help you shift? Oh my gosh, this card flew out. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Some of you are really scared of death. Maybe this is a past life thing, I'm not sure, but just knowing that even if you are scared of death or you feel fearful, you feel unsafe, just know that there is a beauty in death. Why do I say that? Where there's death, there's rebirth. When we have things leave our life, we can create a new life. When people leave our life, they rebirth something in ourselves. There's something that also in us dies and passes away. And I think in this Western culture, for a lot of people, they see death and they avoid it. They avoid the pain, they avoid that. But there's something beautiful in that, because in that pain of feeling all of those triggers, we can choose, I have this power. My spirit is more powerful than I know. Stick with that. My spirit is more powerful than I can imagine. And that light, that small light, turns big the moment you start to focus on it. And then the lion comes out, and the power comes out, and the creative ideas come out, and the opportunities come out, and it ripples. Because with the law of attraction, when you decide to look at that light in the death that has occurred, you are going to create an empire and a new structure that is amazing. This was really powerful. I'm so ignited after doing this reading. Let me know down below what resonated with you for this Lionsgate on August 8th, 2022, and how you enjoyed the angel number breakdown. I thought that was very helpful and it showed an impact. And I think I'm going to start talking more about numbers as well energetically, because it makes a big shift. And there's numerology has a big connection with spirituality and just consciousness as well. So it's geometry, we are geometry essentially. So keeping that in mind. So I can't wait. I'm going to be posting a meditation for you loves, so you can do on Lionsgate, and that will be posted on the Lionsgate. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up that you liked it. Subscribe, put notification bells, share with your friends and family, and make sure you have that notification so you know when I post it. And I hope you have an amazing Lionsgate. Just know that your spirit is more powerful than you know, and I'm excited to see all of the new opportunities that you'll be creating. Bye.